What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another Scum video. I hope we're doing well. Ladies and gents, a very warm welcome and hope everyone's enjoying their weekend so far and everyone is safe and well. Now, my webcam's in a very weird place right now because this is going to be a lot easier for this video to do it like this. Now, this is the medical video that I wanted to make for a little while. Someone asked about it in the stream the other day and it really confused them. So I'm going to make it as simple as possible, like I like to do for beginners and even people who are experienced with the game as well. So firstly, the thing you want to do, obviously, when creating a character, if you want to work on your medical stuff, is the skills. So let's have a look here. So don't forget, left control tells you all about each individual one. So if you click on any of these, left control will tell you about them. So let's go over to the medical skill. Medical skill indicates how proficient you are at treating injuries. It's raised by treating conditions and injuries, and it influences stabilization time, number of required items, successful treatment, and chances to successfully upgrade BCU chip. Now, for anyone who doesn't understand what chance to successfully upgrade BCU chip means, in the abandoned bunkers, you get these different modules, and you can upgrade your intelligence skill. So obviously, as you know in this game now, if you suicide, you are going to lose intelligence. You're physically going to lose that. That number is going to decrease, and you know how long it takes to get that up. So this is something you really need to be careful of. Now, if you want to upgrade your BCU chip to upgrade your intelligence, make sure to have advanced survival skill, guys, because anything less than that, you're going to be wasting it. And if you really do have a low medical skill and you do manage to upgrade your modules within the abandoned bunkers, take it to the medic guy at a trader and you have to pay him to install it for you. And that's how you're going to do that. So obviously the medical skill is treating conditions and injuries, stabilization time, guys, and number of required items for successful treatment. So the higher your medical skill, the lower resources you're going to use, and the lower skill, the more resources you're going to use. Now, constitution is a big part of this as well, guys, because this is all to do with your resistances, immune systems, calories, and resistances to shock and poison and stuff like this as well. Obviously, you've got mushrooms and stuff that can poison you on the map too, so you want to be careful of those. We'll save that for another video. So this constitution skill is really going to be very beneficial for you guys, especially when you start to get pathogens, and I'm going to show you all this in a minute. When you start to get pathogens in your injuries, then your high constitution is going to help with trying to get rid of those, as in a faster metabolism system, faster immune system, and a better immune system to fight that off as well. But we've got some items here I want to show you on the left-hand side. So these are the basic items that you're going to need. Everything you see here right now is everything you are going to use to bandage yourself and to heal yourself from most things or all things within the game. So you have the basic thing you have is a rag. I'm not going to show you guys how to do these, like make these. You know what the rags are. You have the rags. Now, you can use the isopropyl to make that aseptic. I'm going to show you that in just a moment. So you have a basic rag here. Now you've got the tourniquet, you've got the hemostatic dressing and the pressure dressings. These guys, just keep it simple. These basically just do a better job than the rag. The rag you need more of, these you need less of. So the tourniquet is obviously going to stop the bleeding, but right now there is no, if you go over to health here on the right hand side, there is no what do you call it, there is no limbs coming off or anything like that. There is none of that. So we don't lose any of our limbs right now for an actual tourniquet use. What it does is it just stops the bleeding faster. So obviously with the rags, you need more rags, less rags, then it's going to stop the bleeding in a slower time. So just look at the tourniquet, the hemostatic dressing and the press dressing as they just heal you faster. And I'm going to show you that in just a moment yet again. So the antibiotics you have here, that will get rid of the pathogens, ladies and gents, or any bacterial infections that you have in your body. And the painkillers, the basics of the painkillers is if you are very low or low health and you are limping around, and I'm going to show you this as well. We're going to go through all of this in a minute. The painkillers will get you running again, but you have to wait for the painkillers to metabolize. You can't just take the painkillers and run. You have to wait for them to get into your system. Now, if you do get burnt in any way, shape or form, you can find burn gel and you can make your own down south with the aloe vera plants. So you have 3 aloe vera plants. And then what you can do is you can go to crafting in items, go to the item tab and type in burn gel. And you can see this here. You can make your own improvised burn gel as well, which you need 3 aloe veras, bottle of water, and any one of these items you can see there. And that's how you do that. We do have the PT29 Rapid Recovery Serum. You can find this within bunkers in those metal boxes. They're little lockers that you have to lockpick. And there's a chance that you could find one of these. These can bring a friend back to life. And they will heal everything on your body other than food and thirst, which I know some people were saying in a video when I said that it heals everything. It doesn't heal everything. It heals all injuries on your body, basically. That's what that does. Now, these rags here, these bandages, sorry, not rags. These rags are aseptic, right? So if you look at these are sterilized bandages, and you can get them out of these. So right-click the big green one here and take out the bandage. You can see we've got these. Now, if I want to get a basic rag and turn it aseptic to basically have the same effect as this, because if you do have an injury, you do not want to put anything dirty on it. You want to clean the rag, and you can clean rags with soap down at the river. Or you can use the isopropyl alcohol here, which you can find in medical areas, or you can use whiskey, vodka, or any types of alcohol around the island, which was introduced a year or two ago with the patch. And this is what you can do. You can click on these. Let me unhighlight those. So you can click on the isopropyl alcohol, right-click the rag, and then click disinfect. That will make an aseptic rag like this. I think there's a bit of a bug right now that if you make a load of them and bundle them, they go back to normal rags. So don't do that right now. I will give you guys an update on that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set this alight. So I'm now going to show you what these do. I'm going to show you now in real time. So let's go to our health. Look on the right hand side, guys. Watch down here on the right hand side. Look at all those. Look at all those burn injuries I have, and you can see the external pathogens there. See the bacteria, which is that little white symbol there. Now what I can do, technically, if I click on the burn there, and I can use burn gel. Right, I can use the burn gel here if I wanted to. Or what I can do is I can use one of these rags. Right, now, here we go. This is where the medical system kicks in. So I have a 0 medical skill right now. So look at this bar that goes around the burn injury, guys. See that? Look at this little bar that's flashing where my mouse is. So let's say I use these rags. I can use that rag. I can use this rag. So it takes 2. So I have to use 2 rags. If I had a high medical skill, that's only going to use 1 of them. Now, like I was saying, the tourniquets, the hemostatic dressings, and the press dressings all do the same thing. They just stop the bleeding faster. So watch this. So tourniquets. If I use my... Oh, what's going on with my tourniquet? Why isn't it... Oh. Oh, okay. So I can't use the tourniquet because it's not a bleeding... injury. Okay, that makes sense. So, sorry. Hemostatic dressing, you can see it covers up the whole bar, right? And you can see the pressure dressing takes up the whole one as well. So I'm going to show you the tourniquet one in just a moment. So you can use your burn gels or you can use your bandages and stuff. You just can't use the tourniquet on this because it's technically not a bleeding injury. It's a burn injury. Now, if I want to get rid of these, so look at the external pathogens. If you see it says external pathogens 1%. And I've got my wound germs as well. Now, if I click on antibiotics, so let me go to my antibiotics. I'm going to take one of these, go to health. Now watch at the bottom right. External pathogens just disappeared. Did you see that? So that's gone now. So that's taken out the bacteria, and hopefully that won't come back. If you do have a higher injury, you might need to eat more of those later on, okay? Or what you could do, we're just going to experiment with this. You could use the PT29 recovery serum. This is going to heal everything, which you're going to see right now. Does a weird cool animation and puts everything into recovery. Bang, everything's gone on that right hand side. It's like a hack. That little Phoenix Tears is like a little hack. That's basically what that does. So that's what the antibiotics does. Now, if I go into metabolism here, you'll also see my immune system is going up, and that will go up to 5,000%. So it says here, the immune system determines how quickly you recover from various infections and how likely you are to get an infection in the first place. The strength of your immune system largely depends on your constitution, ladies and gents. Remember what I was saying at the beginning? So make sure if you have a high constitution, less likely chance of getting an infection, and you wouldn't have needed to waste an antibiotic there because your constitution's high enough to get rid of that itself. But it can be boosted consuming antibiotics. Always take an antibiotic just in case. The majority of people, guys, will take this, an antibiotic, and they'll take some painkillers and some bandages. That's all you need really running around. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spawn a zombie. You can see all the stuff I've spawned here. Where's the zombie? There it is. So let's get a zombie, and we're going to get injured. Okay, so hit me. There we go. There we go. Come on. Get me injured. Need to get injured a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Come on. Right, there we go. There we go. Okay, I nearly died there in this tutorial. So you can see I'm bleeding a lot here. So now I can use the tourniquet. So if I look at the C3 now, I can actually use the tourniquet on this one. So now I'm going to use the tourniquet. I've got 5% in the bottom left-hand corner, so the tourniquet is going to stop the bleeding really fast. And then I've got a C2 injury here as well. I've got a C2, so I'm going to click the C2, and then I'm going to click on my hemostatic dressing because that's also covering up the most. Obviously, like I said, it does better than just the rags. So we've got 3% health, ladies and gents. And then I've got some C1s. Now, I don't need to do this, but I'm going to do this. So I'm going to use these to patch up my C1s. Because I'm still losing blood. So I still have a bleeding injury. Right? I'm kind of glad that actually happened. Because this is... it's going to change a few things. Right, so we're going to use 2 there. Even though they're about to go in, I'm still going to bandage just in case. Because I'm down to 3% health. Also, something to note here, ladies and gents. Something to note here. Watch this. Right, I'm down to 3% health. All my injuries are in stabilization. I'm no longer losing any blood. Right, but I am limping right now. So check this out. I'm now going to use painkillers. So I'm gonna eat 1 painkillers for now. Go into metabolism, and you can see my painkiller. Look at it in my belly. Right, looks weird when I say it like that, doesn't it? Look at it in my belly. So you can see the painkillers metabolizing. So see where the percentage is going down. Wait for it. So I'm going to be limping like this for a while, and then what's going to happen is eventually I'm going to be able to run temporarily until the uses run out. So watch this. But you don't want to run too much because it will reopen a wound, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to so it might take some time. My health might even be low enough to not even be able to use the painkillers. I'm going to take another painkiller and just see if that gets me running. Let's have another look in here. Right, is it going to get me running? Yep. Sometimes it works, guys. Obviously I've been injured down to 3%, so sometimes it won't work or it just takes longer. I'm trying to figure that one out right now. There we go. So the painkillers have kicked in. It took a while, but now I can run temporarily. But watch what happens when I'm running. When I'm running, I can reopen a wound here, which is not a good thing. You do not want to do this. Generally in stabilization, you don't want to be doing that. You don't want to run. You just want to lay down and you want to heal at this point. So that's basically what painkillers does. Painkillers gets you running again. Antibiotics will actually destroy the pathogens and the bacteria, so you don't get sepsis either. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go into the radiation stuff, guys, because obviously we do have rad pills, which is the iodide pills, but then you get into civets and you get the radiation, how much that can affect your character and everything else as well. So I'm not going to go into radiation right now. We're going into everything other than radiation here. I'm just wondering if there's anything else that I can let you guys know about. So you got your pain here, symptoms of your entire body, they're here. You've even got, obviously, if you click these things, you can see what the issues are. You can click on bones. Obviously, we don't have bones in Scum yet, but muscles, you can see all the muscly issues, the muscle issues that we have here. And, yeah, and everything else that we have over this side as well. So hopefully that helped you. Look, it's not rocket science, ladies and gents. Don't look at it as a very complicated system. Just try and figure out, like, you know, a lot of the pressure dressings and stuff. Most things will heal most things. Obviously, tourniquets will not heal anything other than a bleeding injury, which we've discovered there. And obviously, the pressure dressing and hemostatic dressing will heal everything else as well. And burn injuries, we can use the burn gel and stuff too. So if you want to have really good medical, then just don't forget intelligence skill when you're making your character. Make the medical high, and constitution, have your constitution high as well. In that respect, I feel like there was something else I've got to say. So if you look at the bottom right hand corner here, you can really see the details if you just press left control over a lot of these as well. And you can see the blood volumes, and even on the left hand side you can see your heart, you can see the percentage there of your blood. So right now technically I would be laying down like this. Tab, go to that actions wheel, and then lay down, and I would hide somewhere like this until all of my injuries here go into stabilization, which you can see some of them are going into recovery right now. Now that one of them's gone into recovery, which is my highest bleeding injury, now my health is going to start to increase. Look at the bottom left-hand corner. You can see 8%, 9%, and then that will continue to go up very slowly. So my bleeding injury C2 is about to go into recovery any second now. So I'm going to have 2 C2 injuries going into recovery. This is going to increase. This is going to increase the speed that my blood recovers as well. So we're going to see that in just a moment. So you can see the speed here, guys. Just watch it. Keep watching it. And then we're going to see, we can tell when our C2 injury has gone into recovery. Wait for it. Watch the speed. Watch the speed. 23, 24, 25, 26. So now we know that that has actually gone into recovery, which you can see on the bottom left. Bleeding C2 and bleeding C2 have both gone into recovery. When those 3 C1 injuries go into recovery, that is going to be going up faster. And what's going to happen is the color is slowly going to be coming back onto the screen as your blood refills, or whatever you want to call it. So as your blood goes up again, you can see the color on the screen right now continuing to grow. So, ladies and gents, thank you so much for your time watching the video. Please share it out to everyone who doesn't know about this. And please leave a comment down below of what you enjoyed about the video and what you didn't enjoy about the video, and maybe ways we could do things a little bit better in the future. And also, you can see the colors really starting to come back now as we start to increase our recoveries are going into everything's coming back. So you can see that there, 59, 60%. So thank you so much. Stay safe, a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.